My friend, I want you to prepare, as I've said before, for something that is happening now that you may not be aware of. Let me remind you of something. Maybe you don't know this. Maybe, and I'm glad you don't know this, maybe you have not been through as much frustration and disappointment and a sense of what am I doing as much as many of us have been who have been in the biz for a long time. You are going to see the absolute destruction of the wall that is preventing the truth from coming out as to who dispatched Charlie Kirk. You are going to see this thing solved for the first time ever. This has never been done before. Let me explain this to you. Let me bring this to your attention, and let me bring this to your edification, to your review. Never before have we had a crowd-sourced whirlwind, a tsunami like this ever. This has never happened. Let me say this again. I don't think you realize this. This is not a joke. Somebody said recently, I like Candace, but it's not about you liking her. She's about to blow this thing up. I don't think you understand this. This is vigilantism. This is the first time citizens said, oh no, thank you, get out of the way, we'll take care of it, thank you, have a nice day. Kash Patel, Dan Bongina, blow it out your ass. We'll take over, we're here, thank you. Candace is here, we have the team, they're all here, have a nice day. Like Ghostbusters, like some type of militia, some vigilantism. Never before, never. Because unlike, first of all, what's so different about this, and it's very difficult sometimes to grasp this because it's so weird. Nobody's ever seen this before. Who is our enemy? Our enemy are those people involved in basically preventing the truth from being exposed. Well, who are these people? They're everybody. TPUSA, Erica, the little boys, the little spin trees, inciting. Look up that one. Not inciting, INCIDE. Look up that one. In session. The la-di-da traipses. I think you know what I'm getting at. We have that. We have dark forces yet to be identified and groups of people who thought we can do whatever we want. We can go ahead and just knock this guy off just to do it because we've done it before. The last time anything like this even remotely happened was when Epstein was knocked off, when they Epsteined him. And the saddest thing I ever heard was somebody said, watch it, or they're going to Charlie Kirk him. It's like, oh no, he's become a verb. Oh no, Charlie's a verb now. Oh God, Charlie's a verb. I get my woozoo. By the way, the woozoo's the greatest. It could be 150 degrees out there. You turn this thing on, it's like, God, it's amazing. Anywho, Charlie Kirk is now a verb. To be Charlie Kirked. This is something else. I can't. Again, I'm going to do this because a lot of new folks are here and they're saying, "What is all this about?" This has never been done before. With Epstein, nothing happened. There was no. I'm going to say it. There was no Candace Owens for Epstein. We just said, what do you think? I don't think he killed himself. What do you think? I don't know. Hey, Don Bongina. Remember that twit? That anarchist twit, that tough guy wannabe? He's a wimp. He's a simp. He's a phoebe. He's devoid of huevon. not huevos, huevón, big, brass, colossal, elephantine balls. He doesn't have them. And cash, driveway gravel, aquarium gravel, BBs, get out of here. Mr. Magoo, beat it. Let me explain something. It's a different story. There was no Candace during Epstein. Nobody picked up there wasn't Candace and Barron and Ian and the Project Constitution and Sam Barker and Nissy and well, there's nobody. It was just like, Think about it. It's never been done. 9/11. 9/11, there were some folks, but there wasn't a Candace. There wasn't this. There was a lot of people. Richard Gage, great Richard Gage, Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth, a wonderful organization, great friend of mine, absolutely. But he was just like, it's like we're saying, come on. And people said, what do you mean? Come on, join the investigation. No. There was there were some. Alex did it. Richard Gage did it. Other people did it. They came on board. They really did. But not like Candace. It changed everything. He said, come on. And she didn't say this. She didn't say, okay, now listen. I got to get a bunch of people. Barron, do me a favor. You're going to lead the whole, and you're going to do this, and you're going to do that, and this. And we're going to put together the thing, and we're going to form the Citizen Civilian Coalition to go on, and we're going to fight this. No, and we're going to have every single day another. There is not any detail. We have the manufacturer of the glove and the model of the glove and the particular polystyrene that was made in Portugal. That's not you. I'm just making this. Nobody's ever said, Candace, please, too much detail, TMI, too much information. No. Independent investigation, independent, separate, crowdsourced, what am I trying to say? Experiments in 30-6 and this. It's unbelievable. Going back to Erica Frank and her past, everything from every LLC, PA, Inc., partnership, every time she got a CVS customer service card, a library card, and then the Bride of Charlie. Oh my God. And as we speak, listen carefully. Somebody, that the Macron people are saying, basically, pardon my French, fuck this. We're not getting involved with this one. Hell no. Listen, Macron, excuse me, madame, you are out of your mind if you go after her and she says, you want some of this? Come on, you want some of this? It'll be like swarms of like Candace, and say, what is this? They're coming. They will know every time you farted, every time you broke wind at the Champs-Élysées, at the Versailles, every time you might have, they will know. People have said, are you sure you want this? Remember, Jack Reacher, the original Tom Cruise, not this twit, who basically he broke a mill at the box office? Anyway, remember, so this has never been done before. I mean, even Kennedy assassination, like, what do you think? I don't know what's going on. I know people who, with the Kennedy group, they've been meeting every year, and they just talk to each other. What do you think about it? Oh, I think the woman, the Payne, she's the landlady. She owned the rooming house. Yeah. What about? And that's it. And then they go home, and nothing happens. It's just like, okay. And they sit around, they try to tell each other, do you know this? Do you know that? Well, I know this. Well, I know the serial number of the Manica Carcano. Well, I've got the original. Doesn't matter. It never went anywhere. It remains in situ. It's like a cancer that remains in situ, S-I-T-U. It remains in one place. It doesn't metastasize. It just sits there. Listen, if somebody says, hey, listen, I got good news and bad news. The bad news is you got cancer. The good news is it's just sitting there. It just hasn't moved. I don't know, it's bored. It's lethargic. It's torpid. It has lassitude, dare I say. This is like nothing else. Every single day I say, sometimes, have you ever had a day where you said, oh, Candace, please, I can't follow this. Please help me. I've had a tough day. And the glass, and then you've got people who jump on it. Look, I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this is different, but I'm telling you, for the first time in history, citizens are going to come and say, okay. And then these feckless, ballless, again, these anarchist, orchidectomied, impuissant little invertebrate twits, these spintry little twink. I hate congressmen. There, like they sit around like that big bullshit artist, that foghorn lanehorn, that guy, John Kennedy. What have you done? And then people like Josh Hawley and people, they basically slap around Fauci when he's laughing at you. He says, I made millions. Call me anything you want. He's walking around free. Congress is a joke. They don't get anything done until now. Then all of a sudden, people say, we got to do something about this Charlie Kirk thing. Why? Because we've got 10 million pissed off voters who want something done. And if it's Israel, sorry. If it's Trump, sorry. If it's Biden or the CIA, sorry. Whoever's involved, I got to get this woman off me. Who? Candace Owens. Get her off me. She like jumps on me and says, what is he? Remember Cato? Hello, my little yellow friend. They go, where are you? He would come at him. That's Candace. Come on, let's go. I'm pregnant. I've got a boy, and I'm out of my mind. She's just God. And everybody else. And you've got people who are just, some of the best. It's now cool to sit back and just go through everything. You're going to get to the bottom of this. And eventually, and I'm telling you, you don't even know half of what's even being presented. She's the conduit. And she knows it. And she knows it. And people are watching her and they're saying, we'll watch you. We'll watch. Go ahead. This is, everything else has been, put it this way. You remember during the Epstein case? Nothing happened with the Epstein case. Nothing happened. Michael Biden came out and said, this is it. This is it. The pathological evidence showing that he was in fact murdered because of the hyoid bone was fractured, the thyroid cartilage, nothing. They were still asking the question, do you think that he committed? I just told you. Yeah, but do you think it was self-harm? What are these people, retarded? I just told you. Didn't matter. It didn't take. It didn't take for reasons I don't know. Let me give you an idea. Just give you an idea. This, in case you've just tuned in, I've got a lot of Candace today because she just, it's only because I can't believe the evidence. This is her piece on the glove. Okay, this is gloves. Now, how detailed can the glove thing be? Gloves? Right? You think you're bored, huh? You think, well, what can you possibly say about gloves? Watch this. Okay, come on.
The sleuth who sent it.
Hang on.
Actually went down.
I'll get to her in a
during
moment.
The short car ride.
I got this Marjorie Taylor Greene. I'm sorry, it's my mistake. It's Marjorie Taylor Greene. Even Marjorie's coming along. You notice how Marjorie's saying, "Hey, I'm I'm gonna join in the group here. Oh, they like me now. I was like, okay. And she's like coming on board. She said, okay, I guess I'll. Oh yeah, you better come on board. This will be the litmus test. What do you think about Charlie? What do you think about Charlie? Do you think about Charlie? What do you think about Charlie? Oh, I think we got to get to the bottom of that. And pretty soon, and don't you think? Let me tell you something on President Trump. How do I say this? How do I say this in a way that doesn't in any way? You don't get to be a billionaire by being a nice guy. And he is don't kid yourself, he is a ruthless politician who knows exactly which side his bread is buttered. And he knows exactly what he has to do. And he knows exactly who's with him and who's against him. And he doesn't give a who you are. Look at old poor Janine Pirros. She's packing her bags and she's done with that. Oh, what is this about the Constitution? Oh, you want to play fair? Yeah, get the hell out of here. That's Trump. That's who he is. You want to argue about him? Go argue about him. That's who he is. And the first thing is, if you tell him, Mr. President, it would really be a good idea for you when it comes to the midterms if you do something really drastic. What do you mean? I mean unleash some torrent of whoop ass when it comes to getting to the bottom of Charlie, Mr. President. Get to the bottom of this. You've got these people. I'm telling you, if Candace gives the word, if God, all you've got to do, if Candace says, okay, say what I want, you know what? He did it. If Tucker says, Mr. President, good for you. I'm not crazy about anything else you did, but you did this. That's all you've got to do. Can you imagine Joe Kent saying, the guy may be full of shit, but he did this. He delivered when it came to Charlie. If Massey or MTG or whoever, if you get if you say, Mr. President, a lot of people may say, you know what? Maybe Trump's been the only one. Doggone it, he came around. Sorry, BB. Sorry, CIA. Sorry, whoever it was. Sorry, TPUSA. Get the hell out of here. Oh, yeah. You're all going down. And all of a sudden, you have that Keshi or whatever. You get these all of a sudden, these voting and, oh, my God. This is the most amazing thing in the world. My friends, I want to also thank to our dear friends who give wonderful memberships. Thank you so much for my friend. My mind is blown, who also is a new member. I also have a good friend of mine, Stephen Salt, who always says the Julian and Barron podcast was phenomenal. Absolutely. That's always good. And I hope you always go tell them that the Lionel Pollard. Just kidding. I always love to do that. Now, let's get back to what we're going here. Let me go back to what we're doing here right now. And by the way, it is true though. People are doing it. I don't care who it is. There were these two. Have you seen these two? Uh-oh, what the hell is this? All of a sudden, like, wait a minute, hold it. There we go. Oh my God, I think I have cataracts or a Rincon Continental. Remember that joke? I watched a video of two young, please, the names I try to remember, sitting on a couch just talking about this. Phenomenal. Come on board. Come on. The fact that Barron was talking, wonderful. Bring it on. I mean it. It's just, people are getting it. I got to show you this MTG thing where she's that guy, that Branca. What's his name? Branca? The guy, Walk Away, or Justin, what's his? Straka. Yeah, Straka. His whole thing is walk away. Did you walk away yet? Okay. Anyway, they were on together and it was fantastic. We'll get to that in a moment. But let me show you this. I'm prattling on. I'm prating. Listen to this. Watch this one.
We received a tip this weekend, a wonderful tip. Shout out to the sleuth who sent it.
Did you hear that, by the way? Sleuth. And see how happy she is? You see, let me tell you something. You're missing the point here. You're missing the point. She makes you feel happy. She'll talk about models of rubber gloves, and you feel happy. I'm thinking, what the hell's happened to me? Well, I'm getting excited about this stuff. She's incredible. Anyway.
Makes the story of what actually went down during the short car ride to the hospital even stranger. I don't think this car ride could get any stranger. We've got all of these random facts that we are learning. Phone calls with Ben Shapiro's security team, CPR that didn't happen but did happen, but the memories are different, but it's not a contradiction. And of course, we broke the story 2 weeks ago. Do not forget that in the SUV that transported Charlie to the hospital, there were black gloves that were left in the left side door, right?
Black gloves. Black gloves. They're thinking right now, somewhere, the bad guys are thinking, oh shit, did they find out about the gloves? They found out about the gloves? Who left the gloves there? God, stupid. You left the gloves? Oh, not only that, because they don't care about anything. They figure, who's going to do anything? Hell, we got Epstein. What is she going to do? Who's this little lady? Oh, here's Candace Owens going to come along here with her. Oh, she got her friends. Oh, some guy named Barrett. Oh, Nissy. Ooh. They just didn't care. They brought in not the A team, the B team. They brought in the 26 team, not even letters. They're just the worst. This is like the Keystone Cup. Whoever did this. And again, we're not saying anybody is directly responsible for this. We're just pointing out irregularities. Okay? So that when we mention names, it's just out of an abundance of caution. We're just trying to get to the bottom of these things.
Back. Remember these? I'm going to show you on the left. That's actually what was stuffed in there. Now on the right was our recreation. We speculated that these...
Their recreation? She's got a recreation. A recreation of gloves. What did you do today? I watched a show with glove recreation. They don't miss it. And meanwhile, the defense team, I don't get it.
Either leather or used black nitrile gloves like the kind that you see that are sterile, synthetic rubber, among other things. They are used for surgery. Well, now we can positively assert that those gloves were not in the passenger door when Charlie arrived on campus. Like I said, one of our sleuths emailed us, and gratefully, turns out that the amazing Mikey McCoy, who was suddenly recording Charlie's last moments in the weeks leading up as well, he recorded Charlie getting out of the car at the event that day, and he was sitting in that specific seat. So he opened his own car door, and that popped.
Now, are we getting an echo? Let me see something here. Are we getting some kind of an echo? Somebody is saying they're hearing what appears to be an echo. Is that what we're hearing? Are we getting an echo here? I don't know why we're getting an echo. What an echo would be doing. Let me try this again. You're getting an echo? Yes. What about me? Can you hear me with an echo? Do I sound like I have an echo? Who's got an echo? Hang on a minute. Let me see something right here. Oh, I love this. Go back here. That's not it. Okay. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get rid of this one. No, that's not it. That's not it. Let me see. Let me try it again. Okay. No, but Candace deserves an echo. Only the video has an echo line. Okay, good. Let me see it.
Was exposed as completely.
You still hear the echo?
To show you that this is Charlie's arrival, take a look at this. And unfortunately, if you are listening to this on just audio, you are going to have to pivot to video to see. Don't worry, we're going to slow it down. You just saw that. Here it is, more slowed down, empty.
Can you hear it? Okay. Does this annoy you? Let me try this. Do you hear an echo with... let Let me see. Do you hear an echo with this one?
Able to put through a list of several things, question marks about Officer Bagley's testimony that don't appear
Do you hear
at
an echo
second
with this?
glance to be, well, nothing but the truth. Take a listen.
So they described a man with a badge and a pistol.
You hear echoes with that. That is the weirdest thing. That is so weird. That is the most. Is it so annoying that you can't hear it? I know you're saying yes. I say like 5 different questions and then you'll say yes. I know, because there's a delay. So is it okay? Is it okay? I'm gonna listen. Do me a favor. Let's just listen to this, and you just listen. And I'm sorry, it's not YouTube, it's not CIA, it's not any of that. Let's just listen to this.
Officer Bagley's testimony that don't appear at second glance to be, well, nothing but the truth. Take a listen.
So they described a man with a badge and a pistol who went with him to the roof. The individual that fits that description is this red hat guy with the khaki shorts. He has a bag with a badge on it, and he was walking around with a handgun. The ex-account Muppet Masher identified the red hat guy as Alan Robertson and his friend in the blue shirt as Christopher Haycock. In the Life is Driving footage, you see him walking around and texting and making calls, and this really stood out to me because you don't...
Let me say something. I love the technical advice. This is exactly the same way I do it every single day. With this microphone, this setup, same thing. No muting, no nothing. There is something that is open somewhere a little different, and nothing, but absolutely nothing that you can do could possibly explicate, diagnose, or fix this. This is exactly the way we do it every time. But you know what? I'm going to keep playing it.
Any other law enforcement officers doing this? Ultimately, Officer Bagley's version of events just doesn't line up with the available footage. So the question is, why lie? Allegedly. He fails to mention that the man in the red hat was the one that alerted him to the holster. He fails to mention that he had a conversation with the man in the red hat before going to the Losi Center roof. And it is interesting that they get there and conveniently his body camera just stops running. He said,
this is great. His body cavity just stops running.
the battery died, but the camera had only been running for 27 minutes.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Body cameras are supposed to last around 10 hours.
Seems a little suspicious. You were already taking orders from him about the holster. You just didn't mention that throughout your testimony at all. Why are we seemingly providing coverage for a rookie? From Terrell Farnsworth to Officer Bagley, there seems to be an immediate understanding that this Alan Robertson character, who shall not be named, is calling the shots. It's as though he's like in command of the post-assassination operation. And you know what's funny about that? We decided to look into him, and that is actually what he did, but in the military. You see, Alan Robertson is actually a United States Marine. That makes sense. And according to his LinkedIn, he was the marksmanship instructor for the Marines from 2009 to 2014 at Camp Pendleton, which is in California. It's a Marine base. He's been deployed in combat in Afghanistan. He was also deployed in humanitarian work in Japan for the Marines before he arrived into Utah. You know how I'm feeling right now about the Marines getting involved in humanitarian work overseas. But he was also a police officer just before going to Utah in San Bernardino, California.
Now, do you understand? Are you following this? let me just stop for 1 second. Do you have any idea of the, how do I say this? The greatness of what we are seeing? Do you? Do you have any idea? Do you see what's happening here? Do you understand that there is nobody doing anything like this? Do you understand this? And we can go through this, and I don't want to belabor the point, but do you understand that were it not for this, were it not for us, none of this would even be even remotely explained? Do you understand this? Do you follow this? Are you? Okay, now I'm on mute now. Hang on, now I'm on mute. What the hell is going on here, JR? Hang on a minute. Okay. There we go. Is this any better, my friends? Is this a 5 by 5? Can you tell me? Can you hear me? I'll tell you what the problem is. The problem is I've used Safari versus Chrome. It's a long story. Can you hear me now? Good, thank you. And when you say yes, thank you. See, that's good. Perfect. Thank you. 5 by 5. Yeah. I'm going to leave it like this. I'm not going to touch anything again. Never going to do this again. Never going to do this again. It is a story. It's called Safari versus Chrome versus, I could explain it to you, but it is so boring. I'm not even going to go into it. Now, Candace is going to find the killer or killers. You know that, right? Let me see if I can tell you this. It's never happened before. Our good friend Gematria, by the way, says that taxpayer assassinations tend to remain conspiracy theories. Up till now, there have been no people involved in looking beyond anything. Let me explain something to you. You're going to love this one. I was listening today to Judge Napolitano, and he had on John Mearsheimer, who is terrific. John Mearsheimer is just great. John Mearsheimer, they were asking whether, the question was whether Israel has been a friend or a foe or a problem or whatever the words are. I don't know exactly how to phrase it. And he said that Israel, this is what he said, was the basis for 9/11. And he said, this is John Mearsheimer, and that Khalid Sheikh Mohammed said that the reason why he did 9/11, this is the most important thing in the world, is because of Israel. And that he did 9/11. And that Osama bin Laden, according to John Mearsheimer, was so upset with Israel, he wanted to move up 9/11. Did you hear this? Okay. I don't know how to break it to Dr. Mearsheimer, but are they able to do controlled demolitions? Is Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and Osama bin Laden able to pull off a controlled demolition, either through, and we can go through the whole particular things, but you do know the forensic materials. So let me just tell you something. We have people who are in so many respects so smart and so great geopolitically that you're saying, no, they have to be able, this apparently appears to 2,000 architects and engineers to be some type of wired or some type of controlled demolition. 3 buildings falling at free fall on their own, in their own footprint. And you think Khalid Sheikh Mohammed did this? See, this is where you want to say, you almost had it. You almost had it there. Do you see what I'm saying? They almost had it. Now, here is the deal with this, and I want you to understand this. We're going to find little interstitial pieces, and we're going to find all of the information and data regarding the let me see. We're going to find so much stuff that is fascinating, but it won't necessarily fit in everywhere. It won't fit in. It just won't. You'll say, well, this is good, but what is, where, how do we say this? What do we do with this? Where do we go with this? What do we do with all this stuff? We don't know. We won't be able to, but what about the glove? What about this? And it may go nowhere. It may be the person with the hat, the guy who waves like this, the person who made arm signals, the palm gun theory, the mic may go nowhere. It may just go nowhere because you're saying, where's the information? Where are the pieces? I don't know where it is. Yeah, but where are the pieces of the plastic? I don't know. Where's Charlie's shirt? I don't know. Where can we see Charlie's the body from the morgue shots right around here, around the right pectoral? Can we see this? No, we don't have that. So this is great, but it may go nowhere. But the point is, it builds up. And what you do is you then throw all of this at the country. You throw this at them and you say, my God. And they will say to you, I didn't know this. Nobody knows anything. Nobody knows what to do this. Do you? Is there anyone right now? Seriously, for you watching, is there anyone, honest to God, who believes nothing that has been presented by Candace or others, who believes that, yes, in this fantasy world, this fantasy narrative of this Tyler, does anybody believe this? Is there anybody, seriously? Is there anyone here? I mean, really good, not a troll, not some judge, but somebody who honestly believes that this is a very simple thing. He pulled off a shot that nobody could ever believe. He may have been in 2 places at the same time. He was exceedingly cool. He used the weapon, which, well, for all practical purposes, would not have done this. And there's no evidence of it. There's just something we think there's fragments of something. Does anybody truly, honestly believe that? Because this happens, and you're going to meet people. Listen to what I'm telling you, who will say, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. They will tell you this. I've been through this. I've been through this. Been through this with 9/11. Still go through it. People seeing this, boop, boop, and then at 5:20 p.m., boop, 3 buildings, demolition, right, artfully done, beautifully done, just right on their pyroclastic dust squibs, everything. I mean, ding, ding, ding. And people say, no, it's not jet fuel because you see, I mean it. And you will say, what are you talking about? And get ready for this. And and you got to ask them, why do you not see this? Why? And then what they do is they throw these people out. I don't know why. You think somebody would tell Neff and Andrew and people, go away, go hide, stay away, stay out of this. You're making Ben Shapiro. This is just incredible. I mean, it is absolutely, positively. We live in a world of like, it's how do I say this? It's almost like living in a carnival world or something. Remember all these people who last week everybody was going crazy about Fauci, this, Fauci, that. You didn't say anything before. What did you? You didn't say anything before. Yeah, but now the coast is clear. Now they come out of the woodwork. It as an example. And then you see people like this, like somebody mentioned, Officer Tatum. Is he serious? Do you really think? I mean, we always say everybody's bought off. Oh, he's bought off, and this guy's bought off, and he gets $7,000, whatever the hell it is. I don't know. But do you think that anybody, apparently someone would say, yeah, I will throw away my entire reputation on this. Let me explain something. There's one thing about you folks, and I want you to listen very carefully. There's one thing. If you're going to do a podcast or something like this, I mean, not this subject matter, news or conspiracy or whatever you want to call it, you better make sure you don't lie. You can be wrong. Be wrong and say, I was wrong. In fact, humility, they love that. Well, that's a great guy. Oh, I was wrong. You got me. No problem. No problem. Every now and then people are wrong. Sometimes you'll change your mind or something. Like Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer was wrong about Ukraine. She has no idea. She sat down with a neo-Nazi, this bona fide, I guess, ardent, sort of, long time, I suppose, Zionist who sat down with, of all people, and this is the most important, and I don't know what in the hell this is. I have no idea, but thank you. No idea what that is. None. This is a woman who sat down with head of the Azov Battalion. The Azov Battalion and the right sector are neo-Nazis in Ukraine. Let me say this again. I don't use that word like, I mean hardcore. You want to talk about white supremacy? I mean, they make the Klan look like the Junior League. They are unbelievable. The right sector and the Azov Battalion. And she sits down with a guy who is an acolyte of Stepan Bandera, Nazi sympathizer. But because people are so stupid in this country, they don't even know anything about the history of this. They don't sit there and say, what are you doing? How are you doing this? How are you doing this with a straight face? They don't even realize this. See, this is where we are. And they ask her, Laura, what are you doing? You know, I was wrong about that. Wrong? These are the Nazis. And Zelensky, he's a Jewish my ass. What are you talking about? This is hardcore. And Putin said flat out, these are Nazis. Remember, you know who hated the Nazis maybe more than we did? And the Russians. The Russians. This is the guy, his country was responsible for wiping out the person who wiped out Jews and homosexuals and gypsies and whatever you want. I mean, whatever. This is the Russians. We should kiss their ass. Thank you. If it wasn't for Leningrad and Barbarossa, forget it. Forget it. Do you think that D-Day alone did anything? Are you kidding me? In 1920, is it 1921? Something like, and please forgive me with this. This statistic has been replayed and redone, but let me just say it, and then you can work it out later. In 1921, I believe, all Soviet men, like 80% of them, died from the generation of 1921, killed in World War II. It's similar, if not exactly. And she's over there with this cutout, Kolomoisky, Kolomoisky, not Kolomoisky, Larry Kolomoisky is my friend, Kolomoisky, who created Zelensky, who is famous for, listen to what I'm saying, you ever seen him? Plays the piano with his dick. You think I'm kidding? I mean, that was the act. I don't think he was actually doing it. Chopsticks, maybe, but there he was, and he was, I'm talking about this. Listen, I don't know if you want to call it, I don't want to call it gaydar or twink alert or whatever you want to call it, but he and Macron, I'm just saying, maybe it's a European thing. But this guy comes along, and out of the blue, she's sitting there kissing his ass and saying, I made a mistake about Ukraine, and you're sitting with like the grand wizard. You can't make this up. You're thinking, come on, seriously. What do you? And every day I go through this. People that I know, boy, this Candace Owens, do you think Candace Owens has anything to do with this? Do you think that this mounting explosion of forensic, do you think this is just because we just like her? Like she could tomorrow say, oh, and Elvis is dead. Okay, Candace, whatever you think. I told you I've been through this. I've been through my friends will tell you. I don't even know how long I've been saying this. Geoengineering. Don't call them chemtrails. Don't call them that. Don't call them that. Geoengineering. High altitude, stratospheric injections, aluminum, barium, you can see it. Solar radiation management, carbon dioxide removal. It's there. It's online. And they're saying, no, that's water vapor. I said, for God's sakes, you don't even have to read anything. You could just look up in the air. And you mean to tell me you don't know enough about basic, rudimentary condensation? You're so bereft of this in your miserable life that you didn't catch this? How does this? You don't know this? Boom. You've never seen a Las Vegas hotel. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. Not only that, to see pyroclastic, kind of like that volcanic dust. They say, well, when it hits the ground, it pulverizes. We saw this in the air. If I take a brick and I drop it off like a cinder block, it'll pulverize. It doesn't pulverize on the way down. I mean, you got to forgive me. 25 years of this stuff. I've been at this all the time. And I've been called everything in the book. But there wasn't a Candace. Dane Wigington, thank you. Geoengineeringwatch.org, I believe. Geoengineeringwatch.org. Dane Wigington. By the way, sign up for the newsletter. Unbelievable. You got to understand something. This might be your first rodeo. You're going to meet these people who just, and then they come up, and this is the best one. This is the best one. I got to tell you something. When I said, like many others, And Alex Jones and others were leading the charge, like many of us. In fact, there was a fellow, years ago, there's a fellow named Victor Thorne. He was like the first one. He's no longer with us. I never got the whole story about what happened to old Victor, but anyway, okay. There was this small cadre of individuals, like one group who wanted to see where Todd Beamer was buried. Remember him? Let's Roll. Remember him? Oh, you have no idea. This was a whole group of people. Anyway, they said to me, I'm crazy, or I'm just a conspiracy theorist or tinfoil or something. I don't know. It's like, okay, I know. And I would always joke, excuse me, we are not tinfoil. We're aluminum foil. We haven't used tin in years. Okay, I don't know where this comes from. And then it pretty much died out. But I've never heard anybody call me demonic, satanic, psychotic, like they have Candace Owens. She's the only one. Baron Coleman's not psychotic. Oh, might be. No. Nobody else is. She, psychotic. And let me explain something to you. We can't let these people win because we have to teach people a lesson by saying, don't ever do this again. It's a different world. Don't ever try to pull a fast one on these people. We want people to say, remember Charlie Kirk for two reasons. One, remember what a great man he was. And the second thing, remember how his acolytes basically broke it off in us. They destroyed us. Don't do that again. Does that make sense to you? This is the goal of this. This is what this is about. This is not just, yes, it's Charlie. Yes, it's Charlie. Absolutely. But I want people to know, don't do this again. Don't do this. I want to go, oh my God, there's Candace. Oh God. You want it to be like, do you hear what happened? Guess who's in on this? See, in the old days, maybe you don't remember this. There was a guy named Mike Wallace. Remember him from 60 Minutes? He was like the guy. And he was really good. And the worst thing in the world they said you could ever hear is have somebody say, Mike Wallace is in the parking lot. Or is in the waiting room. What? Mike Wallace. Mike Wallace. Mike Wallace. Oh no. That was just one guy. And it was pretty much, and you always saw the end of a successful Mike Wallace production. You never saw anybody tell Mike Wallace, get the fuck out of here, beat it. And he walks around empty-handed. This is different. Now, I'm repeating myself because I don't think you understand this, because it's so difficult to understand. Up till in the old days, we had the government versus the people who thought that 9/11 was either inside job or not the way the official narrative proclaimed. But it was us and it was the government. And that was it. And there was some people who supported the narrative, but it didn't really matter. It was very simple. JFK, you had the government that says, what's wrong with that? That's accept the official story. This is the government. Your government said, accept this. That was that. And then you had people, like most rational people, who said, that never happened. That's crazy. That's stupid. That's insane. Okay. Go through the list. RFK, or not even John Lennon, they never even pursued it. We haven't really been pursuing this as much as possible. Okay. Epstein started a little bit. Hey, I think, and it was so obvious. Whacked, and, there was somebody, I was watching some interview, and they had supposedly some ex-IDF from Mossad hitman, and he said it wasn't the jacked up guy. What was his name? I can't remember. It was somebody else who was sent in to kill him, and then, all right, fine. But this didn't go anywhere. The man who could bring down the world was executed and nobody cared. They still don't care. That one blew my mind. You don't, oh, well. Yeah, they found them. Don't you care? No, not really. You don't care? They whacked them. No, Bill Barr said it. And remember Bongina and Makash Patel? I work with the public defender's office, and I know for a fact that, thank you, Dr. Quincy, nothing happened. Still never happened. Still. People are still asking, do you think that, okay. September the 10th, it all changed. Everything. Everything. This little lady comes up with a podcast, very popular, and all of a sudden she opened up a torrent of shite, the likes of which it was like a tsunami. They said, what is this? Who is she? Candace Owens. Who's that? Well, she used to be with, it doesn't really matter. But all of a sudden, well, she started talking about this. She looked at it with a kind of a focus nobody else had. Nobody else had this before. Nobody. And then all of a sudden, people said, hey. And it built up. And then, the most important part, the citizen-civilian crowdsourced investigators that came out of the woodwork. Not out of the woodwork, but you go down, the Baron and others. Okay. And I thought to myself, there's no way that, because we've been told this, there's no way that American population would dare be able to maintain a level of interest in this long enough because they have the attention span of a gnat and they're stupid and all that kind of stuff. Oh, really? Try again there, Buster Brown. It was unbelievable. And you jumped into it. Fort Huachuca, Egyptian, my God. Then the history. We found more about Erica Kirk. She didn't even know. I bet you Erica found the stuff about her mother and her father and the grandma. I mean, it was like, what is this? What am I seeing here? What am I seeing? How do they know this? How do they know this? Tail numbers. And people who have this incredible ability to dive into it. And please don't take this the wrong way. I mean nothing by it. But to look at them, you'd say, okay. All righty, just whatever. And then you realize, my God, there's this. It's incredible. And the best part about it is that everybody says, we don't care what you think. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. I promise you, if Candace Owens had wanted to get to the bottom of the Nancy Guthrie case, Savannah Guthrie, she'd find out. I'm convinced. Have you ever seen this bunch of this circle jerk? These people, these Keystone cops? Oh my God. I don't think so. Hey, we got a note today. They're calling Harvey Levin. Why are you calling Harvey Levin? What's going on? And then we have these other people that came along. Hey, this is my favorite. You don't understand who I am. Hey, I'm Barnes. I'm the lawyer. And I think that Candace is full of shit. All of a sudden, this like, what am I? God, one of those A10. My God, this Gatling gun. He's like, what the hell was that? You said what? And then he said, oh, no. I'm backing off. Let me go back to my 1770s, whatever his program is. Sorry, my mistake, my bad. I'm out of here. He backed out of there so damn fast it makes your head spin. Then Viva Frey, remember him and Bustamante? Remember the guy who was, I'm in the CIA. We have hair like this. Okay. Looks like a Haku. Remember from Ming, the great Tongan wrestler. In any event, he comes forward too, and he said, well, I think Candace is Oh my God. There was a guy named Robbie Starbuck. Good guy, hard worker, thought, I'm going to take on Candace. I don't know why. He put together this well-produced, holy God. So we're thinking, what is this? It's called Kryptonite, the Third Rail. It's called, what are you, nuts? These people, and I say this to you, and I say this out of love, these people are crazy. I mean, crazy about the truth. Not that you're crazy. It's phenomenal. I mean, it is absolutely phenomenal. It's one of those things which just absolutely kill me. This is so terrific. Honest to God, seriously. It just makes you, and then, you gotta ask, thank God we've got people to stir it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. There's nothing better than, come on, take these people on. Go ahead. Have a nice day. This is just incredible. And all of this, and what we do is we have basically, you've got 10 seconds to show your colors. Are you with us? Or are you against it? That's it. Are you with us? Or are you against us, as we say? Tell us what the story is. So let me tell you what's going to happen. Okay, let's jump to the future. Somebody says, if I go into a congressional hearing, a district, if you got the one, is it today? Ooh, today's Michigan, right, honey? That one? Ooh, it's going to be a big one. With the Democratic, anyway, watch that one. I think it's Michigan. Huge. Just two Democrats. Because what's happening right now is they have this DSA contingent. But let me give you an idea. Let's say somebody walks in and says, hi, my name is, Mandy Lifeboats. I'm from the, whatever this is, and I'm running. And I want to find out who killed Charlie Kirk. What was that? Yeah, I've got this GoFundMe, and I want to put that front and center, and I want to hire a special prosecutor. But we have the FBI. No. I want a special prosecutor, and I'm going to appoint Candace Owens. I'm going to deputize her. People would say, what's his name? You take $100? Can I send you more? All of a sudden, it'll be this. And you realize, these people are serious. Oh yeah, can we go? And it'd be great if you came out and maybe help me out. Door to door, you got it. See, that's the second part of this. It's not that we're just sitting around here like, we're bored during the day and let's talk about gloves. No, that's not it. It's about, we have never felt, number one, think about it, that we were behind something where so many people wanted something immediately done now. Number two, we've never been a part of something where so many people knew so much about this and did something about it. Remember, this has never been done before. There was no Candace during 9/11. There was no Candace during Epstein. There was it never happened. It was just like scattered. You understand what I'm saying? There's nothing like this. It's incredible. It's one of the things I have never seen in my life. And let me also tell you something which is important to understand and for you to grasp, which is really, really critical. I love when there's a trend. I love when there's something different. I love when there's a movement, a colossal movement to be a part of something. When you can sit there and say, I was there when I saw the Beatles. I'm serious. Or I was there when we had the beginning of the internet. Remember that? I do. I remember going from dial-up to Wi-Fi. I went through all the iterations. I remember AM to FM to this, to that, to that. And then I remember this, and I remember YouTube. And then all of a sudden, in the year 2025, September the 10th, This new thing was born. It's not an activism. It's not an alert. It's a focused intellectual vigilantism, like an intellectual militia, a citizen-based, citizen-funded, citizen-activated group of people who are there is no amount of minutia that is not interesting. There is no amount of data. There is no amount of information. There's nothing that is too much. Because people had you for the longest time made out to be like a bunch of idiots, a bunch of jadrools who sit around. We're not going to pay attention to this. These people don't even read. They don't know. And these young people, oh yeah? Believe me, when they do the timeline, oh, here with the first dial-up, oh, if AOL, then this, and they'll show this stuff, and then we online and online dating, and then there was whatever it was, and then all of a sudden September the 10th, 2025, and the vigilantism and these groups of people that they come on, and it's done peacefully, it's done intellectually, it's done, and there is a momentum that is like holy shit. And not only that, if somebody's really smart, I'm going to say you are an idiot if you don't realize these people vote, and they're sitting there. And you're not even going to talk to them, are you? No, because no. I'm telling you, if there was one person who came forward and said, I'm not buying this, you would drop everything. Name one politician today, one, who is, what? Even remotely who mentioned this. Anybody? Politician today. J.D. Vance? How about J.D. Vance? Charlie's buddy. Huh? How about Charlie? Erica's buddy. Does he mention anything? Hell no. Hell no. Massey's out. Kent's out. MTG's out. Tucker's not in. Candace is not in. There's nobody in. Nobody's running. Nobody's interested. Nobody. Now you think, another one too was, if all of a sudden, how do I say this? But if you were to explain to people, the people that we think who might be responsible for this, or the people who are being advanced or suggested as being perhaps part and parcel of this, might be some people you don't like. Don't be surprised if all of a sudden you had a bunch of DSA, so Democratic Socialists, come in, or some lefties, if they said, hey, listen, do you mind if we join? Can we be a part of your movement? What would you say? Remember, I told you last week, Anna Kasparian and other people who, a couple of years ago, she was a pain in the neck and she was another lefty lunatic. Now she makes a lot of sense, and she's joined forces with a lot of people. Don't be surprised if somebody comes along and says, listen, here's the deal. I may be, let's assume I'm somebody else. Listen, I may be a lefty. I may have crazy ideas about gender, and I may be crazy at this, and maybe whatever it is. But I'm with you 100%. I don't believe for a moment that Tyler Robinson killed Charlie Kirk. Can I join your coalition? Come on in. Come on in. Absolutely. And if you think this is a litmus test, if you say, I'm sorry, I don't want you here because you see, you said this. Oh, no. America works best under a huge tent. We will, put it this way, I will grant you leave, so to speak. You may vote elsewhere and not lose membership in my cadre. Maybe we differ on abortion. Maybe we differ on whatever it is. I don't know. But as long as our core belief system is the same, you're more than entitled to be different. That's all. And if we ever get this, you talk about united we stand, oh my God. We don't have a litmus test. That's okay. That's okay. There may be, see, this is where Trump, remember when Trump was going to the South Bronx And he had gays and black barber shops, and everybody loved him. Everybody. Remember that? It was a brief moment in time. And then, of course, they got to him, and, well, that changed. But remember this? Remember this? That's the part which was so fascinating. This is the point which is absolutely... And there are some people who say something. Somebody mentioned Yannick Kasparian. I don't like her tone of voice. Dan Bilzerian, there's a lot of stuff he says, the way he says it, absolutely not. I would say don't do this, but I'm not going to disregard him, because his theories and his vector, his direction may be 100% correct. The way he does it may not be my cup of tea. That's okay. And I want you to understand something. And there are some people, and we need people. We need people. Okay? And we need this. And we also want to say something. I want to say thank you to today's Rick Jackson. Rick, thank you, my friend. You're a shit stirrer, and you are terrific. And nobody does. I cannot thank you enough, because what you make people do is you make people recognize what they believe in when they reject what you don't. And you always have a place here. Just maintain dignity. Treat my brothers and sisters here with decorum. And you can say, no matter how stupid it is, doesn't matter. It's great. Let's because he inspires you to say, no, that's not right. It's terrific. And I understand it, and that's okay, it is. But you know what? So anyway, my friends, behold this movement. Behold this. And just remember, let me thank you for this. This is a time, and I say this again, we will never forget. Candace Owens exposed the conspiracy, and the rats are in full panic. They don't know what. How can you explain this Turek guy? What? Everybody, can you think of one person in the TPUSA pantheon, or whatever you want to call it, who was not absolutely out of their minds, lunatic, stupid? Do you know? Do you know anyone who is not out of their mind stupid, not out of their mind baseless, or who says nothing or spends their entire time trashing Candace? Not one. Not one. It's the most incredible thing I've ever seen in my life. Not one. This is better. This is like shooting snakes in a barrel. Or fish in a barrel, whatever it is. Or snakes and fish. So enjoy this, my friends. Thank you for this. Thank you for the fun we have every single day. Thank you for being here. Thank you for, please like this video. Please be a part of this. Thank you for the messages, for the super chats. Please hit that like button. Hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. That is so important. So critical. Also, I want to thank you to our moderator. You know you love her, Ms. Lisa. Give her a big hand. Ms. Lisa is fun. Difference of opinion is an amazing thing. Yes, it is. Thank you. You are doing a wonderful job. And I love that. And my mind is blown. Thank you so much. Thank you for the wonderful, so many great people. Thank you for the free gifts today and memberships and the like. This is so terrific. Remember what this thing is. This is about something which is critical. This is about something which is nothing more than really, really, honest to God, this is First Amendment at its finest. People coming together, and I'm telling you again, and one day you're going to say, you know what, he was so right. This is cataclysmic. This is shapeshifting. We've never seen anything like this before, where individuals, citizens and civilians are coming together and we're saying, you know what, we don't like what you're doing. We don't buy the official narrative. Sorry, we don't do it. And Cynthia Robinson, thank you. That's what this is about, my friends. That's it. So anyway, Thank you so much. Have a great and a glorious day. Please follow Mrs. L at Lynn's Warriors. Lynn's Warriors here on YouTube. It means the best. She is fighting. You should hear. If you knew the behind the scenes, the legislation and talking to Washington, it's like this never ending labyrinth that she has to negotiate every single day just to protect kids. To protect kids. I've never. So follow her at Lynn's Warriors. It means the world to us, and we thank you. All right, dear friends, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm digging this 3 o'clock time. Sorry about the echoes. Tomorrow we get it squared away. No problem. No problem. It's going to be great for you to have your to be so tolerant of this. You're wonderful. You're beautiful. We are family. I've got all my sisters with me. I think Sister Sledge said it best. All right, my friends. Until then, remember, this is your new best friend, Lionel, reminding you the monkey's dead. Show's over. Sue ya. Ta-ta.